Hey everybody, this is the Crossman Sports Talk Podcast, episode 30. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey everybody, Brian is back.
Yeah, baby! The smoke allowed me to be here, folks. Son's football practice got canceled.
I was actually going to say, too, it's good to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is because a lot of people on Facebook wrote in and they said, hey, where's the fat guy?
It's okay. They notice me.
They notice you, so that's good. That's good.
It doesn't matter whether it's because of my size, my good looks, or my beautiful voice.
Exactly.
They notice me. It doesn't matter.
Good.
Yeah, and by the way, that background music was The Bitch Is Back by Elton John.
Thanks, buddy.
So yeah,
Tub
so
of fucking goo.
yeah, you're welcome. We got a special guest tonight from the Covering the Field podcast. We have Joe Ellison sitting in here with us for a little bit. Well, thanks for joining us, Joe. He'll be joining in for a little bit, chiming in with what we're talking about. We're going to shoot it over to him for a moment here, and he's going to talk about himself, and we're going to talk about the podcast. So, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a little different being the guest. I'm the host of Covering the Field. It's basically a sports betting podcast. We cover all sports, analyze them, handicap, make predictions, review predictions. Whatever's going on this week, we'll talk about that and how maybe gambling affects sports. Legalized betting, illegal betting.
Absolutely.
Right on. You guys do, Joe, do you guys do horse?
We do
Horses
horse
too?
racing. We're going to do the Breeders' Cup and the 3 Triple Crown races. So we'll do
Right on.
4 horse racing shows a year.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Nice. And how many episodes have you guys done so far with your podcast?
We've done 12 now, and you can find them on, you can email us at coveringthefield@gmail.com, and you can find us on YouTube, coveringthefield.com on YouTube, and you can check us out, and I really appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. And then is there any, you guys on social media for people to find you and follow you?
Well, we're going to be launching Covering the Field website soon, but we haven't done that yet.
Okay, perfect.
It's coming very soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining the show, and we appreciate having you on here.
Thanks, Joe.
Pleasure's mine.
Appreciate it.
So we're going to start off the evening here with our normal NFL. Before we cut the NFL news, we're going to do a little bit of sports history. So we got sports history. Not a big list for you, Brian.
Thank
so
God.
nothing crazy today. So 1920, American swimmer Norman Ross wins his first 3 gold medals at the Antwerp Olympics in dominating the men's 1500 meter freestyle. He also won the 400 meter freestyle and the 4x200 meter freestyle relay. 1922, the Cubs beat the Phillies 26-23, in which at that point in time was the highest scoring major league game of all time.
I know, I lost the under on that.
See, can't do that.
I know. I bet the under on it and it killed me. So.
1950, Sugar Ray Robinson KOs Jose Basora to win the middleweight boxing title.
Wow, okay, that's a good one.
You like that?
Yeah, you picked
That's
a
a
couple
good
good
one.
ones.
Yeah, this is all for you, man.
Thanks, man.
1985, Dwight Gooden becomes the youngest pitcher to win 20 games. He was
Doc.
20 years, 9 months, and 9 days.
Oh,
That's right.
he was phenomenal. Dwight Gooden,
God,
his curveball was phenomenal.
Oh, he was awesome to watch until he got on the booger sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
Cocaine. Yeah.
Cocaine ruined another man down the drain.
Cocaine derailed the Mets.
Yeah. Hey, they won a World Series off it. Though,
That's
so-
right. They're all fucked up.
Yeah, that's how it rolls. And then the last one I got for you. Speaking of a drug related, 1986 A's Mark McGwire hits his first ever major league home run.
86?
1986.
Fuck.
Did he really?
Yeah, I got his rookie card. 49 home runs that year.
Yes.
Pretty amazing. He doesn't. When you see his picture, you can't imagine it's the same guy.
Oh,
No,
hell
he
no.
was just skinny out of USC. He was a skinny rail, yeah.
How many years did it take him to blow up, though? I mean, until you really noticed the difference. What was it, 2-3 years?
It wasn't very long.
Yeah, it wasn't very long till you could see the head fucking exploding like Barry Bonds from the Pittsburgh Pirates to the Giants.
Yeah, exactly. Too bad.
Were those okay for you today?
Oh, those were pretty good.
You like those?
The Antwerp Olympics was interesting. It was the first Olympics after World War I, and it was maybe the poorest get-together of Olympic history because it was just a makeshift. Barely
Wow.
even got it together.
Oh, see, why can't you come up with shit like Joe did? Now he made it interesting.
I know. I'm just
You fucking ruined it.
Whoever
Joe makes
thought
it interesting.
somebody could make the Antwerp Olympics interesting? That is amazing.
We just had the Olympics, and I watched probably about 100 hours of it.
So did I.
That came up on one of the shows somehow. So
Oh,
See,
shit.
what happens when you pay attention?
See?
Knowledge is out there
Yeah,
if you
see
just absorb it.
See what happens when you don't have kids?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm absorbed in sports and new jobs, and I got to watch about 14 hours of the Olympics total in 2 weeks.
It wasn't bad, actually. I enjoyed it. Like I said,
They got hammered this year, though.
Ratings wise.
Yeah, they got hammered pretty well.
Well,
A lot of people bagging NBC this year for
really
the coverage of the Olympics. I didn't see it, but
there were some problems. I'd say like there was too much preliminary kind of stuff. We don't really need to see the quarterfinals of some track and field event, or
I agree.
why don't we have the finals of another event?
Yes.
So what if we are not really good at it, or we have one athlete that's got a chance to win a gold medal?
Yeah, I'm just as interested watching some chick from Jamaica
Absolutely.
or some dude from Kazakhstan. I don't care. I'm watching the Olympics because it's fun. I don't care what country you're from. If you're good, I want to watch you.
Did Kazakhstan have anybody represented?
Weightlifter.
They won medals.
I think he won.
He won.
Yeah, he's some big fucking Kazakhstan.
After he won, they said, "How do you feel?" And he said, "Very nice."
Yeah, he said, "My sister, #1 prostitute."
In Kazakhstan. Very nice. Back home, I go home with gold medal. I get 10 free chickens. Very nice.
Did I tell you I did that to an Uber driver in Frisco? He said he was from Kazakhstan. I said, "Do you know Borat?"
What did he say?
He said, "No, that guy, Sacha Baron Cohen, is banned from fucking Kazakhstan for real."
I'm sure of
He is
that.
banned for real. That guy said he said he can't step foot in our country, he'll get killed.
Very nice.
Oh shit!
So he probably fucking films on some farm in Indiana or something.
So we're gonna jump to some NFL news and get the ball rolling like we do. So as we all know now, Jamal Adams got his huge extension
Attaboy
with the
Jamal.
Seattle Seahawks. So initially it came out, it was 4 years, $70 million with the Seattle Seahawks. Moved up a little bit to 72. There's some
There's always shit that happens.
there's some little things that could pop up for sacks and just little
Yeah.
bonus incentives.
And what they tell you right off the bat, okay, breaking news, Jamal signs for 4 years, 70. It's never that, because there's last year contract. The last year of the contract is there's different money involved, whether he lasts games and whatnot. John Clayton always poo-poos the first numbers that you ever
right?
hear.
Yeah, everything that comes out initially is just kind of blah.
Either way, it was a monkey.
Monster.
It was a
Yeah.
monster deal because it gets like I said, it gets the deal done, which now yeah, exactly.
4 weeks before the season starts, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal, and he's kind of right now the engine that makes
Yeah.
if we're gonna have a decent defense this year, he's gonna be the difference maker in
I
what
agree.
happens.
I think
You
it
know,
might be that
so-
John Reed we traded for from the Texans
I heard about
for a
that.
7th round pick.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to be
interesting.
gangbusters.
But signing Jamal Adams to that contract extension feels a relief that we have a good safety for the next 4 years in Seattle.
Yep.
So we don't have
I
to worry
agree.
about that. And maybe with Quandre Diggs also, it could be like 2 years or so.
They got a lot of quandary up here.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to extend Quandre now.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So, and then of course we know that's now he's the highest paid safety. It crushed the $35 million guarantee that Justin Simmons from the Denver Broncos
Broncos, yeah,
got.
yeah.
which was a $15.25 million average, and now it's $17.5. And I just love the way that Seattle put this together to help structure Seattle going forward. The 2001, this year alone, the way they did it is he got a $20 million signing bonus up front, right? And then all his base salary is for this year is $1 million. And it only hurts the cap by 5.
Yeah.
So the structure, the way they did it, allows them to free, they can work with Dwayne Brown, they can work with Quandre, they can sign something out with Gino,
I think they're trying to fucking save their money for DK next year, because that's going to fucking kill him.
Oh, yeah, he's going to want.
DK's going to
But
kill
and
him.
the biggest thing too, didn't you say, is that because when you're trying to sign people that are free agents, sometimes guys that make the big money, you know what I mean, they say, hey, to help out the cap space, like we were talking about, Russ may have to help restructure, you know what I mean? And you look at everybody, what is it, the highest, like most quarterbacks in the league, or the top 10 or 15 are 20% of the cap space?
Oh, yeah.
So, even look at, Joe's a Cowboy fan, so, Dak's making big money too now. So, if they wanted to go out and get somebody, Dak could say, hey, restructure my contract so we can sign this, whatever DB that they need at the time or whatever.
I want more money so we can release the fucking Nooch.
Danucci, that's right. What do you think about Danucci?
I think he got cut.
Did he finally get
Monday.
Well, we got too many quarterbacks. Ben DiNucci, Cooper Rush, Garrett Gilbert.
That's right.
Dak Prescott. One of them's got to go. One of them's going to be on the taxi squad or whatever you would call that.
Yeah, like baseball.
2 guys. But, if Dak gets hurt, obviously none of those guys is going to be able to help a whole lot anyway.
Yeah.
But I like the contract, but I like the concept of the Tom Brady theory. Take the pay cut, get better players around you, and look what it's done for him. He's winning championships.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
People point that out all the
He
time.
could have asked for $45 million, but he's getting like 25, or he was. I don't know what he's.
Well,
gonna
with the
get this year.
Patriots, saying it all those years with the Patriots, that's pretty much what got the Patriots all those championships.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he was never. You got to give him credit, whether
Yeah.
you liked him or not, whether you were a Patriots fan or whatever. You got to give. Just in the last few years, right? We started becoming Brady fans because we said, hey, this guy never gets enough credit. Everybody's hate on him, but he doesn't say much. But look at what he did for the Patriots all those years by not taking that huge contract. He could have very easily said, hey, I've won 4 or 5 Super Bowls. I want to be the highest paid player. And he would have, he should be.
Oh,
but
I agree.
he never took it because he wanted to make sure his team was taken care of. And look what it did for him. So
But
I give him credit for that.
The
You know
Seahawks
what I mean?
preferred that Russ didn't, because how our cap space is going to be in the next few years. And yeah, Brady always helped by restructuring contracts, but some people don't understand that it hurts a team further down the road, because if you move money to following years, like the Seahawks didn't want to move any money to next year and the following year.
Because it screws up
Because
all
it
the
screws
other
up their
years.
cap, and their cap is huge. We have a lot of money. Depending upon what the NFL does, whether the cap goes up, plateaus, or it falls again this year. Rumor is it's going to go up about $10 million, or
Which is
10
going
to
to be
12
huge.
million.
$10 million
And
is
it's
a
huge.
lot of dollars.
And we're already under the cap good. I mean, so when you restructure somebody's contract, yeah, you're restructuring it for the year, but it may hurt you a couple years following down the road.
The key is to sign him to a lesser contract, not
Exactly.
restructure.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to say that Justin Simmons guy, he does pretty good. $15 million a year for a guy nobody's ever heard of.
Right? Yeah, because that came out of nowhere.
I
was like,
didn't
whoa.
even know, to be honest with you, he